Okay, this looks like a mess, but this is the start of one of the projects that I've been into. It's been a while since I did a long form video, and this is kind of going to help with that. So, this is my 2-year-old compost pile. It is getting manageable. It has been turned over, and I'm starting to dig back into here, about right here now, trying to get some more good topsoil. And if you want to see the unfiltered version of it, let's dig in and try to find something worthwhile here. I mean, just look at this. Roots just coming up in it. As good soil. It's real dry. We haven't had rain, but the compost is really good, and I've been using it for potting. I'll show you something potted in it here in just a little bit. I have a frame set up, going to have rabbits, and I've got the start of a cage, which is huge. It's bigger than maybe it looks. Here are my compost bins that are feed through, and I am just throwing everything at it and seeing what happens. And I got some worm tea bins back here, but I'm really not thrilled with those. So, continuing on, and I'll share this. When I was young, I never went barefoot. Now, my feet hurt when I wear shoes. I went somewhere in shoes today, and I hurt by the time I got home. Couldn't wait to get the shoes off. I don't know what I'm going to do if I ever have to go back to civilization normal like. So, got some corn, both popcorn and sweet corn growing. It's doing well. A guy was nice enough to break the soil for me so that I didn't have to hand dig this. I usually prefer to hand dig what I'm doing, but that really needed to have the soil moved, and I added some of the compost to it to help it grow. And I've got sugar cane right there, and they're getting tall. It hasn't rained, so I've had to water, and I'm repurposing wood that I got a hold of. So, you know, lots of projects, lots and lots of projects. I've got over here the cactus gardens, and I am trying to be patient and wait to see if it fruits this year. I've had, this is 4th or 5th year, so 4 generations of pad cuttings have come from this, and I'm trying to just let it go and see if it'll grow this year and make some fruit. They've survived everything, including the cold. This is my test area, low sun, sugarcane, and it was a row of sugarcane. Only one survived the cold, and we're going to see what that does compared to the other sugarcane. Here it is, the goji berry. It has actually come back from the dead. It was horrible. It still was in some bad soil, but it likes it here, so I'm going to leave it alone. Got a new pepper today, and it's got a home beside the goji berry, just because. I'm going to see how it does here. Walking through this area. Failed. Nothing planted here this year grew. Last year, everything I planted here grew. Don't know why. This mound here, this is a technique I'm using. I keep tilling this back in on itself and composting as much of the material that's in it over and over and over again as I scored the top layer of vegetation off and just piled it up. Then we're going to come over here, and I'm going to try to find, there it is. Not that. Right there. That's a citrus plant. It's doing okay. There's some more in the pot here. And another one. Let's see if I can get him to zoom in there. And there it is. They hide. But we're getting there. It's been a process. What I'm really proud of this year is my elderberry. I never planted it. It was already here. I refused to take it down, and it is growing tall. It is getting really tall, and I have 2 patches like this, so I'm proud of those. Then I got a mulberry tree. I don't know if I'm going to get mulberries this year, but I'm trying. Another mulberry. On my other channel, I'm working on the pond, but I'll be gardening around this, so I'll show you. Then I have some plants that haven't done so well. This one really suffered. That's a dragon fruit. And this one over here is a dragon fruit, which is in better shape. Still trying dragon fruit. Haven't had no luck, but I'm going to keep trying. Then we got pineapple guava, little. Pineapple guava, seemingly in the same soil, much bigger, don't know why. Pineapple guava again, a little bit smaller than that one. And then pineapple guava that has done extremely well. And again, nothing different done. Don't know why the difference in the growth. They're in almost exactly the same sun, the same time of day. Sky is, open to them. And why they're not growing better, I have no idea. So if you know, maybe you can comment in there. Coming back around, I've got more area that is going to simulate mountains along my pond. So this will all be gardened again. And my oats have died down, but there were oats in there. And there's native plants in this little bridge right over here, and mosses on that stone, and other plants going on. Those are all getting extra things. And right there, I've added a fern that's not got the prawns on it like normal. And then I have another fern down the way, but we're not that far yet. If you've watched some of my videos, you've seen things that work and things that don't, and things that happen and don't know why. So here is American persimmon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very tall, if you can see that. And 6 over by the wood pile. And they're all volunteers. I have to wait to see if they're male or female. Oh, we got number 8. Number 8 has volunteered over by my new garden. I just disturbed the soil. I swear I didn't see this the other day. And I did a little short, but I'm going to show this. This is my rethought trellis. And I am after my 4th or 5th attempt at cucumbers this year. I tried in the old spot several times, and that on top is some of my compost that I have added to the area. Oh yeah, I said I would show somebody product of that, and I will. I haven't got there yet. Okay, and we're going to walk on through. I think it's better to see plants than me. There's a banana plant trying. Some squash, I think, maybe. Here, I believe it's going to be some kind of squash. Then there's a cucumber. And another cucumber there. And another banana plant doing a little bit better. It's beautiful. And then I've planted more squash over here. And I have oak trees. Anybody need some oak trees? I have plenty I could give away. Probably going to repot those and try to give those to somebody. But they keep coming. And here's some more squash. Like I said, it has been so dry. It hasn't rained. Just repotted in the garden a few things, some tomato plants, trying some tomato plants. Didn't have any luck last year, but everything's changed. The soil's a little better. I have some of the dirt that came from the pond, topsoil that was sifted, and we're trying that out. I have baby watermelons, silver Yamada, another tomato plant. Over here I've got tomatillo starting up. Not as many as I tried for, but I'm happy. And I keep getting carrots. This has been the year of carrots. They just keep coming. And so I've left this alone so that the carrots could just keep coming. I can't believe this late in the year that they're still here and doing well. And then we got a new pepper plant here, looks like. So, Cubanella, it says. Over here, I took away all the raspberries, or blackberries that I had over here. So I'll have to show you where I replanted those. They've been moved. And we'll just go back to this garden side over here on the other side of the pond. You see mimosa doing very well. I got another mimosa coming up over there, and a lot of people don't like them, but they're good for depression and you can make a tea from it, so I'm not going to knock it. Then I got some Japanese painted ferns that I worked in there, and you see a lot of clover. That's intentional. It helps build the soil. And there's some other plants coming in there that are native and some are invasive, and I've got to go through there and select what is going to be beneficial and what's not. And some plants, they just keep coming, that they flower beautiful flowers, so I'll let them come. The flowers are gone, but that's a spiderwort, and it's like a blue or a purple color. The Cana lilies are coming back. Those are the Indian shot there. Got yellow ones back there. Lantana. I have lantana. Lantana is a great beneficial pollinator. So lots of pollination plant there. And I've got several. And then I've got a gigantic elephant ear. This is one that's not a notable variety. It'll get great big. I think these leaves get 3-4 feet, maybe bigger. They're nice. And then I've got some regular ones underneath and others along here. These are gladiolus. For some reason these ones over here didn't bloom this year. Then I've got my purple elephant ears, regular elephant ears. That is taro, so that is edible. I'm not a major plant identification guy, so you'll have to forgive me. The ginger is the only surviving one. I repotted it in some of my composted soil, so hopefully it'll take off, make babies, and I'll have more to plant and try again in a bed later on this year. I got turmeric from last year, doing great, but not as great as in the pot. I put one in the pot to try to propagate it by itself. And then I decided I didn't have enough turmeric. I can't have garlic and onions, so turmeric is one of my new go-tos, and I'm putting it in here. So that is that. Now for color, I've added another plant, and this is the Purple Heart plant. It's got an additional part of the name I can't remember, I apologize, but it's doing well. And so that's that for those plants. Let's walk around and see. That sigh isn't for you, it's for me trying to remember what I need to remember. lantana. I said it was beneficial. I have a large amount of it, which is part of my native slash Japanese garden combination, and I've just keep adding plants to it. This right here I think is an angel stick or a devil stick or something like that. It was a gift, but I kept it and it's growing. My great big fern from last year is trying to recover finally. Repotted it. This is longevity spinach, and I have successfully just kept cutting and growing, and it just keeps coming back. It's doing awesome. Japanese maple looks a little rough, but I swear it's doing better than it was last year, even with the drought. I have been watering. And then I've got a couple hostas, which are also edible, and that's the only 2 of 6 that survived from last year. Rough year. Here's what my ferns look like when they fill up. They start looking like a jungle. They have tubers at the bottom, which are able to be roasted and ate like little small potatoes. They're great. Little herb garden going on here, growing a few things, another pepper. A whole mess of squash that was seeds that were in the compost pile on the new raised feed-through system, and they started growing right in the compost, so I moved them and gave them some fresh compost in a box, and I've been growing in boxes just to try it out. Then longevity spinach again. These are fresh cuttings. I gave one away today, and they're awesome. I like them. They're really nice, and I'm really glad that I got to give away one of them, and somebody will continue to feed their family with it. So that's good. If you can grow more than you can eat, you should give some of it away. I think that's the best practice. Down in here behind the lantana, struggling to survive getting eaten up by bugs, are several varieties of kiwi. And maybe I didn't get a different sex of the kiwi, and I still don't have what I need to get kiwis, but the vine survived last year and is thriving, and I'm not messing with that system. So that covers most of what I've been doing. I've been staying busy, trying to anyway, and a lot of it was just cleaning up and tearing out dead stuff and trying to clean up the messes around my house and do things that needed to be done. But I have the first sign of hope in my front yard. My front yard is kind of a jungle. I'm working on it, but I've got sunflowers everywhere. And look here. We'll end with this. This first sign of life in my front garden. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you liked this video. Stay tuned as things are starting to grow, and hopefully some rain will help. I got to pan away for a second because I did forget. Well, I'll save that for another time. We'll just stick with this for now, but I have some high potted plants. Please forgive the background. I got construction going on at the neighbors. So we'll sign off, and thank you for watching.